back Just Punjabi ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਾਡਾ back to school special about bullying in schools। ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਸੈਂਸੇ ਨਿਕ ਰਵੀਨਾ ਨਾਲ ਜੋ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਣਗੇ ਕਿ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਸੈਲਫ ਕੌਨਫੀਡੈਂਸ ਸਿਖਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, ਨਾਲੇ ਹੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਸੈਲਫ ਡਿਸਪਲਿਨ ਸੈਲਫ ਡਿਫੈਂਸ ਦੇ ਥਰੂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੌਨਫੀਡੈਂਸ ਸਿਖਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਬਟ ਈਦਰ ਵੇ ਬੋਟਮ ਲਾਈਨ ਇਜ਼ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਇਨਵੋਲਵ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਸਿਖਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। That's the bottom line. So thank you so much, Sensei Gravina, for being here with us today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Now, you have your Tiger Shulmans, I see right out there.
Yes, that's my teacher.
There you go, from Tiger Shulmans from Long Island as well.
That's right.
And you see a lot of kids coming in and out of your school and in your dojo. So now, tell me, do you see a lot of kids coming and registering at your school because they've been bullied, or just because they want to learn so they don't get bullied, or just to learn a little of self-defense?
I have always seen an increase, especially during times where you hear more bullying situations in the news. There's always an increase because it makes parents aware, just like this show is doing, which is great, because awareness is your first line of defense in every situation. But I get a large number of kids, and I'm going to tell you, just like we were talking about your son, they're not small kids.
Yep.
A matter of fact, the smallest kids usually wind up being very strong, very tough, because they had to defend themselves so many times in life. And I'm not just saying physically. But the kids that come to me, and one that I could think of recently was an attractive kid with an unbelievable build, and he was thrown into a locker in school.
Wow.
So he came to me, and his parents, they wanted self-defense. And what I wanted was self-confidence. That's what, and it's hard to tell a parent, but the truth hurts. And you gotta say what's there. And the kid that lacks something should not be bullied, but they are. And that's not a good thing. It's not a good sign. I don't know this gentleman's son, and I just wanted to say to him and to the other 200,000 kids that get bullied every day and choose to stay home from school because of it, that it is not their fault. It is not their fault whatsoever. The fault is in the eyes of the bully. And that's it.
Well, let me ask you, when you say that, how do you think, and I don't know if you can answer this, what makes a child bully? I mean, do you, I don't know if you see any kids in your schools that are bullying other kids.
That are potential bullies.
That are potential bullies.
Right.
What makes them do this? You know, what causes them to do something like this?
There's a variety of things. I don't think there's one particular thing that anybody could say that creates a bully. There are obviously a big factor is the home life.
Okay.
You know, being involved with your kids, being interactive with your kids is very important. Doesn't matter what age they are, you have to stay with them, you have to stay talking to them. And you'll know if your kid is getting off track and be able to get them back on, whether they're being bullied or they're bullying. If you know your kid's personality and you know where he's going with it, you'll be able to help deal with the situations better. But again, I can't say what makes a bully, but what I can say is that how to stand up to a bully. And I know this. I know bullies need audiences. They do not act alone. If that bully was in the same room as the kid that he was bullying and there was nobody else in there, I can guarantee you probably wouldn't say anything.
Really?
Unless he knows for sure that he could take advantage of that kid.
Okay.
For sure. But it's not going to be a first-time situation or one-on-one thing. It's always going to need, the bully always needs an audience.
Okay.
So one thing I have to say to other kids is don't encourage the audience. Make the bully, you know, don't laugh at his jokes. If somebody's not laughing at the comedian's jokes, he's going to stop telling the jokes. And, you know, 200,000 kids is a lot of kids that get affected by this. It's not one situation. It's not isolated. It's in every part of our country, too. So it's everywhere. And it needs to be addressed by everyone. Not just the victims, not just the bullies. It needs to be addressed by everybody that's around.
Now, do you think also with the other kids, when they're encouraging this bully, okay, because bullying, like you said, it's not just one person, it's everyone else around. When they're being encouraged by the others, it gives them the confidence to do it more?
That's exactly right. I want to give you some stats. I wrote some things down, but I wanted you to tell us, and anybody could challenge these. These are 100% stats. 30% of all U.S. students in grades 6 through 10 are involved in moderate or frequent bullying as bullies, victims, or as both. 56% of students have personally witnessed some type of bullying. That's more than half of the school witnessed this. So the kids in the school know who the bullies are. They know who the bullies are. 43% feared harassment in the bathrooms. That's where the biggest part takes place. 30% of the children between 8 and 11 reported that bullying is such a big problem in their schools. 282,000 students are physically attacked in secondary schools each month.
Wow.
That's a lot of kids. And here's the worst part, I should say. Bullying generally begins in elementary grades. And then it peaks through 6th and 8th grade. So this matches his story exactly, and then it even goes through high school. But they're focusing on kids. Bullying takes place in the workplace.
Yep.
Bullying takes place everywhere. And there's one defense against bullying, and that's confidence. And that's a fact. You can't challenge that. That is a fact. Confidence will help you defend yourself. And again, I'm not talking about fighting. That's an extreme. I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
I believe in confidence as your self-defense. And nip it in the bud. Those are my two things I'll tell somebody. Yeah.
You know, it's funny that you say that because I have kids myself. And one of my sons, when he was in, I believe, 2nd grade, okay? 2nd grade, you're little kids out there, and they were on the school bus, because the incident did start on the school bus.
Yes.
And my son wears a turban. And he's a very outgoing kid, playing with all the kids. One of the other kids, his friends, one of the other kids on the bus told him that in order for us to be friends with you on the bus, you have to lick the bus floor. My son didn't want to do it. But they said that's the only way we'll be friends with you if you do it. He did it. He actually did it. He came home and he was dead quiet, didn't tell us anything. We didn't know till one of our neighbors who was also on the bus, their kids told my daughter, my older daughter, and that's how we found out.
Wow.
And I was, of course, all over the school when I heard about it. And I'm like, how could the bus driver not tell me this? How did this happen? So I'm a big advocate when I say, you know what, parents need to get involved. So the kids don't have a voice.
That's right.
You do. You're the only one who can give them a voice and tell them this is not the right thing for them. Now, when you see these kids coming to your school to learn self-confidence, do you see the kids that are just coming to learn self-defense and the other kids that are learning who've been bullied come to learn the self-defense? Do you see a difference in them?
Oh my God, a total difference.
Really?
I could see it in their eyes when they walk into the school what they're in there for. I mean, I'm very passionate about what I do. I love what I do. It's a type of job that if I hit the lottery tomorrow, I would still do it the same way. It's very cool. It's very rewarding because of this. You were saying something before about your son, and it's an unfortunate situation. We teach our children right from wrong and good from bad every day. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, when they're not around us, we have to have, that's why they need the confidence, because confidence is going to make them do what you told them to do their whole life.
Exactly.
If they're not instilled with